Hi, welcome to this live on Shadow Work Q&As. I will give it a few seconds because I think I might be a tad early to come on. But these things, it takes time when I use StreamYard. So if you do see this, then do give StreamYard permission to tell me who you are, because otherwise I can't always tell. Just going to do a quick check that I am in the right group. But I'm here to answer your questions on shadow work. Um, I've had a few come through because people can't make it. I am here. That's fine. Um, and so I'll answer those. A little bit emotional, I have to say. As I was trying to just make sure that I could check that I was in the right place, I saw Carol's reply to mine on her post saying, "Oh, expect miracles." And I am just so blessed with the people that I work with. And I just want to say thank you to you guys. I really do love doing what I do. And it's because I do it with you guys. And I am so honored to be on your journey. So sorry, emotional time of the month as well. And did you know it's World Menopause Day as well? I'm having my own journey in that and being surprised by what I've learned along the way. So share your thoughts as well. It's a tough old time for those of us that are going through it. And I think, I saw Mariella Frostrop this morning, and I thought she was so powerful that we don't ask for what we need. And it's about time we did ask. And the really big thing for me is what she said about knowing what to expect before it starts to happen. Because for me, I met my friend. We were supposed to go to lunch in the pub, but we ended up in the pub car park in my car, me sobbing, going, "I don't know what's wrong with me." And it's such a slow decline that we just don't notice it. So do speak up. And if I can help, then do drop me a DM and let me know. I'm not an expert on these things, and there are plenty of experts, but I am on the journey myself, and I'm more than happy to share that with you. So this is the live Q&A on shadow work. If you are watching on replay, please pop #replay, give me some likes and loves. It helps my algorithm, because I noticed like some of my posts are getting a reach of 9, and I have a group of over 500 people. A reach of 9 is crap, so I could do with all the help that I could get to reach those people that want the help. It's fine if it's not right for you. I have no problem with that, and I wish you the best. But I want to create this collective of women that want more from their business, that want to do more for the world as well. We're not just doing this for ourselves, we're doing this for our families. We're doing this for the world. And that really came out for me yesterday, doing the Master Your Money Mindset. No, not that one. That's my course. Doing the release to receive workshop yesterday. Going back to what I said about Mariella Frostrop, it's about time we asked. Ask for the money. Get on top of your money stuff was just one of the 10 points I gave in yesterday's workshop. Take the action. Let's do this, because when we have money, we do better things in the world. Not only do we enjoy things, but we are allowed to help others enjoy life as well. And we don't know how long we've got. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but I know that we could do so much more. Morning. I can't see who that is again. It's not showing me on the Facebook page either. So good morning, whoever it is. It's lovely to see you. If you've got any questions on shadow work, then please do let me know. I have got some questions. It's Jane. Hello. Just as you put Jane, I saw this. How are you feeling today? Because I know yesterday you had quite a headache, and you said this morning you're still struggling with a bit of a fuzzy head. So I hope that makes you feel better. But yeah, see, I'm interested in that, because I suspect that could be a sabotage. So I'd like you to observe that headache, because it sounded like you get them. It's not an unusual occurrence. So keep an observation on that, what we discussed yesterday in the workshop. For those of you that didn't sign up to the workshop, missed the workshop for whatever reason, hello, gorgeous. Who's that calling me beautiful woman? Thank you. Oh, it's Philly. Hello, my darling. For those of you that missed the workshop, didn't sign up to the workshop, then let me know. I can send you a replay. The money is flowing for the people that have signed up. that were on the workshop yesterday. I am getting DMs about money coming in. Not huge amounts at the moment, but small amounts, 25, 10, here, there, they're coming in, and it all adds up. We have a saying in the UK, look after the pennies and the pounds to look after themselves. And it is so true. You know, focus on everything, celebrate it all, gratitude, you know, thank you, universe, more, please. So beautiful. Yeah, Philly, I'll send you the link, no problem. But yes, it was incredible, the workshop yesterday. I did talk to people about how they can work with me further if they want to. It's not going to be suitable for everybody. I'm not saying, you know, doing a big sale on this, but I have opened the doors. In fact, I've flung open the doors on my Master Your Money Mindset, because it's been such an incredible journey for those people that have taken part in previous runs as well. It's a 5-week incredible transformation course. So if you're interested in that, then let me know. More than happy to have a discussion to see if it is suitable for you. I'm not going to force anybody into it. It's got to be right for you. Still there, I think you may be right. Yeah, I just had this feeling, Jane. I think you need to investigate that one. Journal on it. What is it stopping you doing? But yeah, so if you're interested in the money mindset, then please do join us. Carol put that beautiful post on earlier. She actually wanted to join us to do the coaching again. She did it in February and she wants to do it again. It was so good. Jenna's done it before and wants to do it again. She signed up. So, you know, it is an incredible transformation. But it's not the only way that you can work with me. I do obviously one-to-one work, and I have a couple of slots, although I think one might be going today. And I can do daily accountability support as well, something I haven't talked about a great deal, but I do daily accountability support if that's what you want as well. So you can just literally get DMs from me. I'm doing this and you can't see, for £88 a month. It's on a subscription basis, and of course I've got my membership as well. So there's lots of ways that if, you know, money mindset isn't quite where you want to go to just yet, then there's other ways. And, you know, I'm talking with people about their memberships. In fact, I've got 2 clients at the moment that are prepping to launch their membership, and other things that are going on as well. So what is it that yeah, a new package that clients want from one particular person who's been DMing me today. We're going to be sorting out a session for planning that all through and working it out. She's really worried that what if it fails? So I just put FFS because she's a client of mine and she should know better than saying that. But anyway, we're getting back to the Q&A on shadow work. Has anybody got any burning questions? I've got a couple that I'm going to go through just in case. And I know that some people can't always make it, but drop your questions on shadow work. What do you want to know? What kind of questions? The reason I do this Q&A, just again, obviously I'm on a mission to help you guys as much as I can, right? This is all about supporting you in what you need. So every month I do the live training, and then a week later I do the Q&As, because I know that it's all very well someone telling you what to do, but it's when you go to do it that you suddenly realize, hold on a moment, what about this, what about that? So that's why I do this Q&A, so that you get the training and then you can go deeper in it as well. So any burning questions, let me know. So someone turned around and said, what did you find out about the shadow work yourself? Because, you know, it's quite hard to work out shadow work sometimes. I know when I first started it, it was almost like a dark art. And the concept of shadow really made me quite nervous. But I was like, I need to do something. I got to a point, I think for me, looking at my angel, for me, I'd got to a point where I'd done the mindset work, I'd done the soul connection, and I was getting a level of success and it was doing really well. But I could feel that nagging doubt that was just holding me back a little bit. And I couldn't quite work it out. And I knew it's really hard sometimes. You missed the training school holidays last week. No problem. You're welcome to go back and watch it. If you've got any questions, I'll answer them now as well. But for me, when I was doing, the reason I came to shadow work was because it felt like there was still pieces missing. And I ended up doing the shadow work on my own as such. Interestingly enough, it was the conversations that I had with my husband telling him about the shadow work that actually got the information out of me that I needed, because our subconscious is very good at hiding the stuff that's going to help us because it doesn't want us to change. We talked a lot about this in the workshop yesterday. And so it's very good about help, like stopping us understanding what's going on. So it was when I kind of explained the concept to my husband, and we were on a long walk at the time, and he was like, all of a sudden these light bulbs were going off, and I think I kind of liken it to the fact that I'm shedding light on my shadow. But it's one of those things that you kind of, when you look for your shadow or you try and run away from your shadow, you can't, can you? Your shadow is attached to you. That little kid, I can see, I've got the vision of my son trying to do it when in the summer when the sun's shining, we walk across a cricket pitch to get to school, and he's forever going, I'm jumping on your head. And it's on the shadow, it's not literally jumping on my head, and it's like that sort of thing. Yeah, no problem, I'm happy to tag you. And so what happens is that we can't get away from our shadow, and I think a lot of people think that we need to overcome, fight it, or whatever. But it's about embracing our shadow. It's about taking it and loving every part of ourselves, because it's nothing is bad. And I've got a coin here. It's like a coin. There's two sides of a coin, right? And this the reason we put it into our shadow is we're trying to repress it, we're trying to hide it, we feel ashamed, or we judge it in a negative way. But actually, sometimes it can be a really positive experience, particularly when we bring it on board. And when we embrace it, instead of stopping us, it can actually empower us and take us further. So I've realized this morning whilst journaling that I need to work on my self-worth more. It didn't take much earlier this week for an incident to knock it again. And that's the thing, it can be fragile. So yeah. And it's about understanding how that is serving you. Is it holding, it's keeping you safe, it's keeping you, stopping you. I can't see actually who that is. So it's Jane. I might know when it was mentioning journaling. Yeah, and it is so quick to we can return back to our original shape, who we were, very quickly, because we have that wound that we need to work on. And that shadow comes over to take, the darkness takes over on us. So it's about embracing us and knowing that's what it's about. So for me, one of the things that was a huge realization was the whole concept about like attracting drama. And I talked a bit about this yesterday and on the training, but just to reiterate, one of the things that I found was I would attract drama. I almost embrace drama. This is a really hard confession actually, and I'm being very open and honest, but when COVID came around, there was part of me that got a little bit excited about it, because it was danger and it was like exciting, and oh my gosh, we've got to keep everybody safe. And it's like I took charge, and I looked after my family, and I did things that would keep us safe, and what we would do, and all of this sort of stuff. And it at the time as well, my husband referred to me as the queen bee, because I have medical things that at the time we thought would be an issue. In fact, I've got my COVID jab this afternoon, and it's one of those things that we thought that I would be highly susceptible to it. As far as I know, I've never had COVID, but it was about keeping me safe. That was all the priority. And all of a sudden, I was important. I was the focus. I was the queen bee, as my husband called me. And he would go out foraging for us and come back and serve me almost. And that was the drama of it all, was exciting, and it made me feel important. And so I attracted that drama. And so there was good out of it, in the fact that I stepped up into my power. I took that power. I liked being seen and put up on a pedestal and cared for and looked after, because as a mum, we don't often feel that way, do we? So it was, that was a nice part of it. But what's also happened is that I can get involved in a drama when it doesn't necessarily involve me, or I can make more of a drama because it means that I can avoid doing something else. So for those that know, I have an individual in my life, or I'm trying not to have them in my life, but they keep turning up and they are abusive towards me and they are not very nice and they want to actually, you know, make me feel bad. And they do things and keep, you know, keep causing me to go back to who I was. We had an incident at, not the last weekend, but the weekend before. And what happens is that my natural instinct is that that gives me an excuse not to do stuff. So when it first started happening, I would spend hours like talking over and talking about it because I had to get out all my feelings. But what it stopped me doing was actually getting on with my work. And, you know, I was manifesting that situation, not particularly the person turning up, but about the fact that I was creating more of a drama than it needed to be. And you know, I have that awareness. I can get back into who I need to be and realize when it's stopping me and when it's not. But the fact that I have attracted this and my shadow requests that drama and wants to create the drama, it's not a bad thing necessarily, because I'm very good in a crisis. I'm very calm, I'm very collected, I can deal with things. I'm not necessarily when it's personally towards me, but when a drama is in there, I can go into a drama and I solve problems. And actually it gives me a great skill set as a coach, because when there's a, you know, when my clients are struggling, I am there for them, I can support them, I know what they need, I see clearly when they can't. So you can see how it can be a good thing and a challenge at the same time. So I hope that answers the question. And I can't help, Jane, your comment was at 1111. Angel numbers there. So yeah, does that bring up any questions for you guys on what you need, and anything that, you know, creates it? I know one of my clients, her shadow is very much around wanting to be rescued. She was never cared for as a child, and so she creates situations where she looks to be rescued. And it was when she needed to, um, she finally realized she could rescue herself, that things started to change for her. Another client I know, we've talked about how she gets frustrated because she feels she's very emotional. There's me today. You know, and she's repressed that, and her role was in a very masculine and authoritarian position. And so she masked that emotion because she saw it as bad, but she actually needs it as part of what she's doing now, because she's in such a spiritual place and she needs that emotion, and she'd been repressing it. And it all turned out that it was to do with the fact that she perceived her emotion as negative, but when she or a weakness. So when she had that emotion, it was a weakness for her and she didn't want it. But when she embraced it, she found that the emotions were a good thing. They supported her on her journey. It wasn't about trying to hold back. My shadow is to rescue others, so I tend to attract broken wings. Yeah, that's often the way. Philly, yeah, I think, you know, but again, isn't that something that helps you with what you do? You know, how could you be a healer if you didn't have that shadow, right? That is kind of part of your soul calling, isn't it? So it's one of those things to see it as a beautiful thing, that you are able to help these people, that you are a beautiful nurturer that can support those and gently bandage those wings and allow them to heal. So, you know, we repress this stuff, but actually it's about embracing it. And I've done a meditation as well. So if you want the meditation, drop a note here and I'll send that meditation to you. It's actually in my meditation and EFT library, which is £17 if you want to buy, and it's got everything that I've ever created on meditations and EFT. And it also has my personal Trello board to keep you on track with what you're doing as well. So if you want that, then let me know and I can put the link in. Say, I've got lots of things that I need to talk about a bit more so that people know what they can get from me. But yeah, so the shadow work is one that does feel like, you know, it's a bit scary, but it doesn't have to be. It's not always easy to do it on your own because your shadow is almost behind you. I know it's not always when you're out in the sunshine, but you know, your shadow is behind, and it's when you move to see it, it moves. So it's about having that someone to reflect on it. And if you need someone, I'm more than happy to help, but there are other people that help as well. Okay. Right. Why does this help you in your business? What is it about in particular about your business? Well, I kind of help answered that in some ways, in the fact that, you know, for me, once I realized the drama, it empowered me to know that I'm good at what I do, but it also empowered me to stop avoiding, to use it as a procrastination and avoidance technique. Philly, you know, it should play into your soul calling of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So you know, that sort of thing. And you know, from you, Jane, this will empower you to go further forward. And also, Jane, you're building a team. This is about understanding your team and seeing the light reflected from them and how you can help them better. As a healer, I have to be careful of my own boundaries and acknowledging who I can work with and who I can't help. I attract a lot of people wanting my energy, exchange for nothing, and not as many paying clients. Seriously, Philly, I would love you to come on my money mindset, because we would change that, wouldn't we, Jane? You've been on it, haven't you, Jane? So you know this. And yeah, I know. And the thing is, Philly, you've got such a beautiful energy. And I think you've got, from what I can feel of you, you've got ancestral wounds of the fact that you should, you know, that this healing process comes to you naturally. You shouldn't be charging. That's where your shadow is coming from. Absolutely. Yeah, Jane says yes, you should. Jane did it before. She knows this stuff. In fact, Jane wasn't connected and is now connected. She now does her cards and gets information as a result of the work that we did on Master Your Money Mindset as well. So, which is incredible. But yeah, I mean, Philly, you know, I know, I know a bit about you, and I know the self-worth was something that we've discussed in the past. And I think it's about you valuing yourself and not putting others first, committing to yourself, you know, rather than thinking that others are more important. So it's, and until you do that work on yourself, you're going to struggle, because people, and it's not that they're trying to take advantage of you. That's the message I've just got. They're not trying to take advantage of you. It's just that you're not asking them for the money. And yeah, that's what I'm being told. That it's not the wrong people. It's just you're not asking because you haven't got that confidence in yourself. Oh, sit with that one for a bit, because that's hit hard, hasn't it? So I can feel that kind of almost like punched in the stomach. I so want to. However, Iran doesn't currently support international investments. I so want more international clients so that I can do more for me. Yeah, and do you know, this is one of the things that I'm finding with South Africa is that, you know, I know the culturally, and you've almost got the wounds of your culture, the wounds of who you are, and you know, look at why you're not getting the international clients that are willing to pay. It's, you know, it's hard, and I get that, and I'm you know, I'm not going to make you do anything that's going to cause you financial hardship. All right, that's not how I work. But I do know that we could change things for you. So yeah, you do need to look. I think you need to look at your actions rather than who you're attracting. It's so in your face here. It is. I know you're surrounded by it. And you know, it is a real challenge. It's not just in the money side of things either. There is a racism there, I know from friends that are South African that there's still a lot, and it's not the anti-black side of things. It's the fact that, the money is a divider, and opportunities are divided as well. So it's really hard. Oh, thank you. I love working with your energy too. So yeah. Anyway, enough about that. But I mean, obviously, I've got lots of low cost and free stuff if you need it as well. But just like you, I need to earn a living as well. So obviously, I have to charge what I charge, because our cost of living is going up. My mortgage has doubled since last year. So yeah, we all have our challenges, and it's about how we do these things, isn't it? So okay, is there anything else that I need to go through? Some of these are repeated. So, okay, so one piece of advice that, yeah, to do it. One thing that I would say, actually, I just want to add here is working on your shadow really can have an impact, not just on your money, not just on your business, but on personal relationships as well. And that is so important because it's actually what smooths our journey in our business. Our life and business is so interrelated that if we try and divide them up, it doesn't work. And so working on our shadow not only helps our business, but it can help the relationships, which help us create the space that we need for our business as well. And that is incredibly important. So don't underestimate it. Okay, so things to do. Let's recap on what you can do to work on your shadow. This might help you, Philly, as well. So the first thing is embrace compassion. Don't try and hide. Don't try and push your shadow away. The only way you get rid of your shadow is to step into darkness. And we want to step into light, don't we? We want that joyous light. I can see something reflecting on my eyebrow. I don't know what it is. I'm glittering personality. But we want to step into the light. We want to embrace it. So don't hide from it. Have compassion. Stop judging your shadow, right? Your shadow is there to support you. This I use the analogy in the training that there's always a pro and con to every situation. Always the silver lining, whatever you want to put it. That red light when you're in a rush, you can go, I can't stop. No, I'm in a rush. Or you can go, okay, breathe. I want to get there in one piece. Thank you, red light, for showing me that. You can take things in two different ways. And I want you to embrace your shadow and see how it adds to the value of who you truly are. I said to Jane, look out, observe, look for patterns. Excuse me. We talked about like Jane's headaches. Observe. Step into that feminine energy of surrender, but looking to see how it is. Because as I said, when you're in the divine masculine, you're just on that hamster wheel, right? You need to occasionally get off that hamster wheel, look around you and see if you're still going in the right direction. And that's what you need to do with your shadow as well. You need to step back and observe and see patterns and observations of how things are heading, are coming up for you. That's how I unlocked my shadow of drama. Okay. So it's really important. Journaling. Jane is a big fan. I have free journaling training as well. But that is so useful for really digging deep and understanding what's happening with yourself. I've got face the uncomfortable and, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's how we grow our business. We're not going to be comfortable. We're not going to grow our business by staying in our comfort zone. We need to step out. We don't need to make giant leaps. Occasionally that's the right thing to do, but just good steps, right? A step every day is 365 days for 365 steps further ahead next year. So in fact, it's a leap year, isn't it, next year? So 366. But yeah, be ready to deal with this stuff and sit with it and allow it. So one person after the workshop yesterday in particular, she's a client of mine. She's done a lot of this work already. She sat through the workshop because she knows that every time she does it, she gets something extra out of it. I asked her how she found it. She went, it was really confronting. Oh my gosh, this came up for me and I have not stopped crying since. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I said, do you need anything from me? And she went, I just need to keep on crying, don't I, until I let go. And I was like, yeah. And she went, okay, I'm off to eat chocolate. And that's what she did. So I need to check in with her this morning. I've checked in with most people, but yeah, so I haven't got to everybody because there's so many I needed to check in for. But my DMs have been going off this morning, so much. But yeah, so think about how you can allow this stuff to come up. And the last one is seek support. You know, if you need help, I am here. All right. If you want to post something in the group, then the group is here to support you as well. You know, this group isn't just me here. Hello. It's about you supporting each other as well. You know, I want to build that community. I want us all to see that we're in this together, because together we rise. Together we rise and we thrive. You know, competition, great, but it's about being better and helping each other as well, lifting each other up, and spiritually as well. Okay, even in my description of headaches as bad headaches, when yes, they are in fact migraines, I am learning what this is about. Now there's an invalidation because you kept saying it was headaches, and and so you're not validating yourself on this when you're not recognizing it when it's not good. And a migraine, there's a trigger there as well, so we need to look into that. Okay, completely understand. You are the one that taught me that my time is worth charging for. So grateful for that powerful lesson. Absolutely, and you are incredible at what you do. All right, so it's just you will do it. It's just working out how. And that's the challenge, isn't it? But you're not on your own. I know you've got an amazing community around you, so you can do this. Okay, so recap. Work on your shadow. It's going to make a huge difference for your business. If you want to watch the training, I will put the link of the training in here as well. But be compassionate to yourself. Stay in the feminine energy. It's going to help you. Get down into the journaling. Be uncomfortable. Will be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Seek help if you need it. The doors to the Master Your Money Mindset are open, flung open. We have 2 people on it already. Carol was contemplating coming, but she can't make the coaching session, so I'm not going to get up. But hopefully we're going to work together in a different way, and she is in my membership anyway. So we're going to sort out something different for her, and that's, you know, I can do that, right? Reach out to me and I'll tell you what I can and can't do. And yeah, if you need help, let me know. I'm not going to push you into anything you can't afford, you don't want to do. But drop me a DM if there's something you feel you could do with some help on, then I'll find the best way to give you the help. All right. And it might not always be me. Okay. That's the clue to it. I will signpost you as well. All right. I will love and leave you. Any questions, let me know. Take care. Bye.